Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're building a house in The Sims 3. It's very exciting. I have not actually played this game in like maybe a little less than a decade. I talked about this in some prior videos. However, we're gonna get to that shortly. First off, happy Halloween if you're watching this when it comes out. Today is October 31st, 2025 when this video is coming out. I'm doing the audio for this a few days beforehand. This was going to be a different video. It was going to be an Animal Crossing related video today. However, I wasn't able to finish getting the B-roll footage for it because I'm relying on a Treasure Island. You'll know what it is when it comes out, but it will be out probably like next week. The Treasure Island that I've been using, they have been down for a bit. They're having like some issues. It's fine. It's not a big deal. They'll reset it. Obviously, like the person who's running all of it has their own life. If you're not celebrating Halloween, or if you're watching this not on the 31st, though, I hope you're having a great day. Otherwise, if you do anything for Halloween, I hope that you are safe and have fun. I don't generally do anything for Halloween. However, there are a lot of kids in my neighborhood, so I'll probably just pass out candy. I am a Pokemon trainer today. Very low effort, very easy. If you want to see pictures of that, I did post it on my social media. The links to my gaming socials are down in the description. They will be on there, probably like reposted from my personal stuff. I got the hat on Amazon as well as the shirt and the Jigglypuff plush. The Jigglypuff plush I wanted anyway. It's cute. The hat I really like because like the Pokeball is iridescent and I think that's cool. And the inside of the bill has like outlines of the Kanto starters, which is really fun. I don't know. I just didn't really know what to do. I was going to be like a generic witch, but then I was like, you know what? I can be a Pokemon trainer and like this outfit is great because like I can just wear it normally and it's fine. Anyway, we're doing this house in The Sims 3. A few notes here. I had removed the Blackout UI mod for this because I was like trying out playing the game without it. I do go back to it in the next build video that we're gonna do. I also think I got rid of the font replacement in this. I can't remember. I do not have the font replacement in my game anymore. I decided I didn't really like it as much. It was too condensed for me, the font. Even though it was bigger, it was like just slightly too condensed and some of the stuff was a little bit difficult for me to read. The lighting mod that I use too is going to be different in the future. I was using the Blue Skies and Sunshine mod from Burnt Waffles in this video, but it gave everything kind of like a green hue or a tint or whatever, and I wasn't really a huge fan of it. So I went back to Brighter Realm, which is the lighting mod that I used prior, like when I used to play The Sims 3 a million years ago. And I like it because like it does really brighten up the world. It makes it easier for me to see. I know that worlds have their custom lighting usually. Also, the world we're building in is a custom one that I downloaded from My Sim Realty. It's empty, so we're going to be populating it. I think it's like Rosewood Heights or something. I will leave the link to it down in the description as well as like the actual name. It's much smaller than Pontevane for The Sims 2. I kind of wish that there was a Pontevane for The Sims 3, but I think the person who made that map is only like a Sims 2 player. Plus, like, I've tried Create a World before. Granted, it was many, many years ago, and it was on an old laptop that could barely even like run The Sims 3, let alone Create a World, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I might try it again, if nothing else, than to just like play around with it and see like what happens. This would require me to look at like probably hours worth of tutorials online because I don't know what I'm doing. I am a person who likes to download pre-made worlds and edit them in the game, much like we're doing in The Sims 2, except I wasn't really able to find like empty worlds that didn't require custom content. I'm trying to limit the amount of custom content I have in my game, and I don't even have a whole lot. Most of the custom content I have is conversions from The Sims 4 and some from The Sims 2. I don't have any Create a Sim custom content at the moment. There are some things that I'm going to download that I like bookmarked in my browser, but like just a couple of hairs. I do use a skin and eye default though as well. I will link those in the description if you guys are interested. They're also from Burnt Waffles. I also realized that like I thought that it was the lighting mod that was making my Sims look really low resolution in live mode because they looked fine in Create a Sim. Turns out my Sim detail settings were set to high instead of very high, and when I put them on very high they looked perfectly fine. They didn't look low resolution at all. So I'm just here. I've been playing around with some stuff. I made a sim of myself and my dog Fawn, and I've been playing around with that in Monte Vista. My sim is a writer and is making a ton of money writing, which is like my dream in real life. Have I done that? No. Speaking of my dog Fawn, if you watched my previous video where we did a vacation home for Eugene in Animal Crossing, I talked about how she had surgery and how I was freaking exhausted. She is no longer taking pain medicine in the middle of the night, which is great. She's doing it every 12 hours, and we're almost done with the pain medicine. The only thing that's left is the antibiotics that she's been on. Long story short, she had to have her spleen removed because there was a giant mass on it that the vet found, and she had to have a little lump removed from the outside of her ear. The lump had gone through a cytology, but not a biopsy. This was from the vet up in Maine, because like I was in Maine over the summer and we do see a vet there. The vet at home did a biopsy as well as a biopsy of the spleen, obviously. Thank God both of those things came back benign. There's no cancer, there's nothing. The liver looked great too. They did do a little biopsy of the liver. I can't remember if I mentioned that in the last video, because like there's a liver enzyme that is heightened. The liver looked great on the ultrasound. The biopsy for the liver came back as benign. Like it could be like a million different causes of it. Like one of them could be Cushing's disease, but she doesn't have any other symptoms other than just that heightened enzyme. And to be honest with you, she's 12 and a half years old. If she had Cushing's disease, I don't think I would want to know. And I don't think I would want to like put her through that, because like she's otherwise a happy and healthy dog. She is my retired guide dog. I've talked about that in the past. If you are new here, I'm visually impaired. She worked for a few years and she was very distracted by other dogs to the point where it was a safety concern. So I had to retire her. It's no fault of anybody's and it did suck, but I'm glad that I was able to keep her as a pet because we had been so bonded. And honestly, right now, it's not great in some aspects to be a service dog handler. It's such a pain in the ass to fly. You have to fill out all these forms with the Department of Transportation depending on the airline that you're taking. They have to be done like in a certain amount of time. There are different forms, I think, per airline. Not all of them are accessible. And then you deal with Uber and Lyft rideshare denials because people don't want to take a dog in their car. And like legally, rideshare drivers, when they sign up to drive, they signed the terms and conditions stating that like they are going to transport service animals with their handlers because it is against the law. If they don't, it is literally illegal. It is against the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Department of Justice service dog laws, whatever they're called. It is like literally illegal. It is so I could go on about this all day. We're not here to talk about that though. We're here to talk about The Sims. So the game might look a little blurry. And to be honest with you guys, I really don't care. I had to change the resolution in order for me to be able to see it. So if you have an issue with the game not looking super sharp, I'm so sorry, but I can't see the game at 1080p. I can't see the UI. It's too small. I was gonna put it at 1280 by 720 like I have in The Sims 2, but you can't do that in this game. There's no 720p in the graphic settings. There are others that are 16 by 9, so like that's what I chose. And I'm playing in borderless windowed mode, like borderless. Don't even ask me how I did that. I think that it has to do with the smooth patch that I downloaded from Lazy Duchess. I play borderless in The Sims 2 as well. It's much easier because like when you're playing in full screen, if you go over to another application, sometimes it can take the game a minute to like register what's going on, in my experience at least. And like there's more opportunities for issues to happen. I have a super duper gaming PC, so I prefer to play in borderless windowed mode because I don't like windowed mode. I don't like seeing like the application bar up at the top, and I'm used to playing in borderless in The Sims 2. It's easier if I'm like switching back and forth between this and OBS because I have like a dual monitor setup. It's just easier to like switch applications back and forth if I have multiple things running, which like generally I do. I'll be building, I'll have Discord open, I'll have OBS open, I might have my browser open, like I'll be doing other things, and it's easier to just like switch back. But this house, so unfortunately, I moved in a test sim because like you can't enter tab mode and build and buy mode in this game. It's the bane of my existence. I don't understand why, because you can in The Sims 2. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but I like to get like good pictures of the front of the house for the thumbnail. So I unpaused. The game crashed. I thought it was my sim. I thought it was the world. The sim that I had didn't use any CC. The world, again, that I'm playing in is empty. It was the lot. It was some custom content that I used on the lot. I had saved the game, thank God. So it crashed, but like only when I was in live mode and pan standing around on the lot. And then when I ran it through the crash log analyzer, which like if you guys don't have that and you play The Sims 3, get that. I'll link it down below. It said the cause was custom content. I don't know which custom content. I didn't really test it. There was a build set that I downloaded that I used. You guys will see like all the windows and doors and stuff. I deleted all of that. I also deleted the lot. Now here we are. The next lot that I build, we are using some custom content in that. In my experience, it did not crash when I put a test sim in there to like see what was going on. But like that sucked that this lot crashed. We're going to be doing a lot more of these though. Don't worry. Again, I'm going to be like building up this world much like I am doing in The Sims 2 with that neighborhood, except like I said, this world is much smaller. So I think it'll be a little easier. And plus like we need to have all the rabbit hole community lots and stuff. I've been thinking about which ones I want to use and I haven't thought super hard about the aesthetic that I want to go for because like the middle part of this map is definitely more city oriented. You can tell by like the terrain and stuff. However, I do think we're gonna have to go with some of the rabbit holes that are like multi-purpose. Like I really like the school and I think stadium that come with the Supernatural pack. I love how those look. I like how that lot in general looks. I might snag it from Moonlight Falls, like save it and then like put it here. I need to just like look around and see what I want. So I don't know if we're going to be like 100% building up this world from scratch. We are obviously going to have to use rabbit holes like to have all of the lots that we need to like make it function as normal. I don't have rabbit hole rugs or doors or anything because like to me that's just too much effort. Like just use what's in the game already. And luckily I have like several options to choose from because I have pretty much all of the packs with the exception of I think the movie stuff and the 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff and the Katy Perry one obviously I don't have. And I have all of the store worlds, so we have a lot of options to choose from. Anyway, I have talked way too much. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!